on LGBTQ and where Ghana stands, whether or not to pass it to who, which political party is for what, which political party is not for it. It's quite interesting. How did we get here?
Well, so yesterday in the morning, in fact, he actually posted on social media and then sent it to me as well. And I'm talking about Reverend GHOne the former Deputy Education Minister and now ranking member for the Committee on Defense and Interior. And he was alerting the country to the fact that there exists a teacher's manual approved by NACA, which had some things that border on promotion of LGBTQI plus, right? And so talk about gender identity, talk about sexual orientation. When you look at these two words or these two phrases, gender identity, sexual orientation, then you are in the realm of LGBTQI plus conversation, right? And this, he sent evidence of a NACA endorsement on this document. And NACA is an institution that approves everything that should be taught to our kids in school.
Curriculum.
Yes, so everything. And the first time we had a conversation about teacher packs or teacher manual was when the NPP government decided to change our curriculum. And it took a long while for textbooks to be ready. We're told the solution lied in teacher packs, or what you call teaching resources or teacher manuals, right? So the whole of yesterday in the morning to afternoon till evening, that was the conversation out there. And then NACA decided to respond. So yes, NACA has responded, and they've given evidence of some amendments that were done before the very final approval. That takes out these two things that we talked about, right? But it's also sought to explain that there's a difference between teacher manual and the curriculum. And that's where I disagree. Because the conversation at hand is not about theoretical difference between what a teacher manual is and what a curriculum is.
Exactly.
It's about information that teachers are being given. And once you give information to a teacher,
they pass it on.
Exactly. So the two are not mutually exclusive.
Because in any case,
you want the teacher to teach the kid, right?
The manual comes from the curriculum comes from the manual.
Exactly. So, but the explanation and evidence that has been provided now is that that aspect of the manual
was omitted.
Eventually was deleted, right? It was taken out of the final manual, right?
So it means the final manual has the controversial text expunged.
Exactly. And of course, we have them, so I'm sure we can put them up, right? The first one, and those ones that the Intim Fodio raised his concerns on, and then the subsequent ones that NACA has responded to. Of course, so there's a response from NACA. No, I'm talking about the ones that Intim Fodio raised issues with.
On the issue of gender identity, where
and he talks about,
it refers to a person's deeply
you can take it from
felt
the sexual orientation.
Okay.
Sexual, just above.
Okay, it describes a person's parting of emotional, romantic, or sexual attraction to others.
There you have it. That's where the problem is.
So it doesn't state whether attraction to others, whether man to woman, but to others.
But here's the thing. This must not even be here because your sexual orientation is determined, as far as Ghana is concerned, by birth.
Once you are born, your sexual orientation.
Are you a man? Are you a woman? That is this. No need for you to orientation means
on our birth certificates. Usually, when we were born and we are handed our parents are handed birth certificates. It is written in there.
Male, female. That's it.
Even our weighing cards.
So nobody can orient you otherwise. That's so this ought not to be here in the first place. Our kids not to learn about, they ought not to learn about sexual orientation.
Because right from the get-go in the homes, you are assigned names. And names are assigned based on sexes.
And orientation is something you learn. You are oriented. No. You cannot be oriented to be a man or a woman. You are born
a man or a woman.
So that was the conversation, yes.
And then there's the gender identity, which says it refers to a person's deeply felt internal experience of gender, which may or may not correspond with the sex assigned at birth. That's quite deep.
That's where
that is quite deep. It goes on to say it can include being male, female, or a blend of both. Wow. Yeah. This concept goes beyond the binary notion of gender, male and female, and recognizes the diversity of gender experiences. There is no diversity in gender experiences. Let's be clear here. We are a country that believes in male and female. We don't have binary numbers. We don't have the other alphabets, the BTQ, whatever. What we know is that in Ghana, when you are born, you are either a male or female. There is no in between. Yeah. There is no, as time goes on, I want to rethink. You don't have the opportunity to rethink. That is what our law currently says. And there's a bill in the offing. That bill has been highly politicized. I wish and pray that in 2026 that bill will come to fruition. And then we'll put a lid on all the controversies, the hand pointing, the picking and choosing of words, who is for and who is against. It's high time as a country we place a tight lid on this conversation. And then there's the conversation on what NACA says.
Exactly.
Is the true meaning on the ground.
Exactly.
And that today, as we speak, if we go into that particular manual, you will not see what I read earlier in that manual. Yes. NACA has expunged it.
Yes. So,
but how did it end up there? What kind of? Because I've seen a statement from Professor Ansaf who said it was an oversight.
Yes.
That is quite a huge blunder.
It's a huge oversight. But then again, I still even have a problem. The sexual orientation still finds expression here. Sexual orientation describes a person's pattern of emotional, romantic, or sexual blah, 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 blah. That is still problematic. Then you come to, of course, the almighty one you read, gender. It refers to the binary categories of male and female determined at birth. And the behavioral, cultural, and psychological traits typically associated with it. That's it. That was, in fact, we had written the manual before we even saw the NACA thing here, because that's what is known in this country.
No ifs, no buts.
Exactly. Gender identity. Identity. Man. Woman.
That's all.
Simple. And so I think that Prof might also want to pay attention to the fact that once this correction has been done, there will not be the need for anybody to be taught what sexual orientation is, because it will be in conflict with this definition we have just given. You get it?
But I am wondering why the need for teaching our children in school sexual orientation. I'm wondering why the need for it. We have been through the school system. We have been through basic school, secondary school system. We've been through the tertiary system. Some of us are still in the tertiary system. Why do we see the need to now include in our manual sexual orientation? I'm wondering where this came from, where this conversation generated from.
If we are to reinforce what we just read about the gender, that is binary. Binary
means two.
Exactly. You're either a man or a woman. Given all that's happening around us, if that's what we are reinforcing, that's good. Because you remember the president mentioned that if we tweak how we bring up our children, the families take up this responsibility. There might not even be the need for us to pass an anti-gay law, right? So if in school we are reinforcing the belief that you can only be a man or a woman, and that's assigned to you by God at birth, right? Unless you are hermaphrodite. That's a condition.
Well, as for hermaphrodites, when you pick 100 people, you have just one.
Exactly. So that's an outlier. Right. So, yes, that is there. And so, if it's reinforcement, that's okay. But in the midst of these conversations about pronouns, whether to be described as a he, she, or it, or they, or not to be used for. There are people who say, I don't identify with any pronoun, right? Then we're talking about sexual orientation. That is conflicting to what we stand for, to be honest. So yes, that's a conversation that we need to explore further. But it's generated a storm. Yeah.
Obvious.
Yes. Yeah. Because especially on the back of as you mentioned, there's a bill currently in Parliament, of course, now being sponsored by Reverend GHOne Timfojo as the lead sponsor, Sam George and Co. all as co-sponsors, right? That's still.
Is it that Sam George allowed him to sponsor because now he's a minister, he has other responsibilities?
Yes, so they are, in fact, the original bill that was passed but could not get the presidential assent was the lead sponsor was Sam George.
Exactly.
And Reverend GHOne Timfojo and about 7 others
were co-proponents.
Exactly. I'm sure now, I think this one, it was Reverend GHOne Timfojo that took the initiative.
Okay.
He took the initiative because he felt there was feet dragging. Because at the point we were told that the state was going to take
sponsor.
Exactly. Hold of this and then sponsor. And then at the point we were also told that the one that was passed was still potent. Mahama Ayariga made the argument forcefully that President John Dramani Mahama could just sign, but Speaker looked at the permutations and said no. It had elapsed.
Yeah, it expired
with the expiration of the 8th Parliament.
Parliament.
So it has to go through a different process. Of course, when the House returns, these are some of the bills that are still on the table, are waiting to be attended to by Parliament.
It was one of the things I was expecting to hear from President Mahama when he addressed us in his New Year message. I mean, hitherto he mentioned that the state was going to sponsor. Whether or not the state was still interested in sponsoring this bill, or now we're leaving it, since it's back in Parliament, we're leaving it as it is and allow the law to take its course. And then when it comes to his table, he will assent to it. It's one of the things I am keenly interested in President Mahama talking about. Anyway, now let's talk about the flamboyance, pomp and pageantry, the extravagance that is associated with weddings today. Now, people spend, I beg your pardon, people spend millions of cedis and sometimes in dollars to have weddings. And then later, we see that either some of them are, not all the time, but some of them are struggling to pay off their debt. Some of them, the marriages don't even last. Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams says it is not necessary. All the associated coca, all the associated somebody's hair and somebody's fascinator poking into your eyes, somebody's cleavage showing you what is supposed to be shown in the bedroom. It is not needed. Just do your simple ceremony. Go ahead, live your beautiful life. Ivy,
yes.
Even for the Islamic sect,
oh, yes.
Now we see pomp and pageantry.
Oh, yes, we do.
They say, before it was bad. But even before, you see them change like 7 or 8 times. So there's always been a bit of pomp and pageantry, but now it's excessive.
There's innovation. So the aure that you and I knew in the Zongos has now been changed, twigged into a wedding. I kid you not.
And
now
they are wearing gowns with veils.
With the man and the woman seated
but before,
on a suspended couch.
For Islamic wedding, you don't see the man.
No.
What happened?
Good question. That's innovation, right? So in Islam, innovation is not a positive thing. In case you were wondering, in Islam, innovation is not a positive thing. Not at all. Not at all. Right. So yes, modernity, and they say changing with time. It's now converted many people who hitherto were very conservative to the point where now, instead of the man's family going to the woman's family and asking for her hands in marriage, and then going ahead to undertake the ceremony, and then carry the woman, and then bring the woman to the man's house. Now, they put the two of them together at a function. In fact, those who still want to be a bit conservative will send them to the masjid, right, and offer them advice. So the man is here, the woman is here, both of them are offered advice. That's okay.
Yeah.
But the other enhanced one is that they all sit there. The woman is wearing a gown, they are sitting on suspended couch. As you, the white one, you see, is for
just as it's done in the Christian sect.
Exactly. And then they wine and dine in the company of their friends, families, and loved ones. Right. Yeah. So yes, it's not only the Christian denomination that spends much more than is necessary during weddings. So many people have taken what the Archbishop said out of context, right? The simple thing he said is that as a man, before you do a wedding, because usually weddings are done for you ladies, trust me. You say it's your day. You can only marry once, right? At least. And that day must be memorable. So the Archbishop is telling the young men that unless you have 100,000 Ghana cedis in your account, not to use that money for the wedding. No. That's not what the Archbishop said.
To start
as a buffer, good. Not until you have that. The customary marriage should suffice, should be enough. The simple other beachside or wherever that your location should be, where there is an officiating person to officiate your marriage, that should suffice.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this has been taken out of context, and the man is being roasted. See, it's an admonishment. It's an advice.
You can either take it or leave it.
Many marriages are broken as a result of the burden that came from these weddings.
You should see the number of people on TikTok talking about their failed marriages.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's mind-boggling. You're wondering what went wrong and how people even go to the extent of denigrating the people they swore oath to love, cherish, and protect. And so why not? Well, but some people, like you said, some people say, it's my day.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you only live once, right?
Exactly.
So I want to have that experience once. But it is just a ceremony.
It is just a ceremony.
The real experience is in the living together.
Exactly.
The ceremony, that's why they say, for you don't know.
Yeah. That's it. Who will come and eat too?
As far as if
you give them gifts, they will take the gifts.
Media will take.
Yes. The marks with your pictures and balls and everything,
and keychains and everything.
That's great.
Brilliant.
But when the marriage doesn't withstand or is not able to withstand the challenges occasioned by the excessive expenditure of the ceremony, the marriage will be broken, but the marks will still have your pictures. People will drink and then laugh at you.
I have a number of them in my
Thank you.
So I didn't tell myself like,
are they? So just see, if you have the means, nobody is stopping you from going for the white horses and what have you, the chariot. No, if you have the means.
And people will even do a destination wedding.
Oh, yes.
And then then later they will come and cry and say, somebody's son find me one day. See, and do things that will give you peace of mind.
Yeah.
Peace of mind is everything. You don't need to overspend. You don't need to overdo. Once it is within your budget and it can make you happy, go ahead.
Yeah.
And make sure that as you are spending, you have buffer for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because when the dust settles, it is you, your husband, you, your wife against the world.
Yeah.
The world will all leave you, but the two of you will have to face it together.
True.
Alaji, that should do for Inside Out this morning. Let's look at what the newspapers are reporting. Okay, so we begin with the Daily Guide this morning. Banner headline: Furiata faces immigration judge on January 20, which is just next week. Human trafficking syndicate busted, 48 victims rescued. Our security system is up and doing, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Roman scam, Abutrika and two others fates hung. Yesterday they were in court.
Something interesting happened in court. So Abutrika was not the only one who was arrested. There were two other accomplices. And the state had been given 20 days to prove his case against them, or because the U.S. is not interested in them.
Yeah.
The U.S. is only interested in Abu Trika, right? And so yesterday, the state went to court, and the Attorney General's argument is that, the two can go. But there was a sitting judge, because the main Attorney Judge is not available. So here is the Attorney General saying that the two can be freed because they are not persons of interest to us anymore. The judge says, no, I'm washing my hands of this case. Wait for the substantive judge to come. So he can either agree with the state
or disagree.
So because of that singular action, the two are back into the cooler. Charlie. So
that's it with the Abu Trika case. Police seized 1,613 parcels of narcotics. Yesterday we brought you that story on Newsroom and on the Star Midday News. It involves a bust along the Akosombo Tema Road. Mandai rerun challenge. Supreme Court decides on January 28th. So there was an application to quash that original decision by the Tamale High Court. The Supreme Court will decide on that on January 28th.
Yes, I was thinking, I thought the Supreme Court was going to do that even yesterday. Well, the case is a simple one. So the petition that was filed at the High Court in Tamale, the parliamentary election petition, was it done within the mandatory 21-day after Gazette, right? And when was the Gazette done? Now, when you look at the Gazette and when it's done, you go to the Assembly Press, there's the Ghana Publishing Company Limited. They have evidence, they have proof of when the Gazette is done. And so once that is provided, the court is well within its right to make a determination. But nonetheless, the court says 28. Let's wait.
So we'll wait for that 28 judgment. Let's move on to our next paper.
The Ghanaian Times this morning, 25,000 TB cases unreported. Ghana risk missing WHO target. That's according to Dr. Amenyo. And Ghana Airport Company Limited moves to attract more domestic airlines to cut high fares. Now, as we speak, we have duopoly, just the two of them. Supreme Court to rule on Pandai election rerun on January 28th. And Trade Minister visit Abosokai Market to encourage fair pricing. Nungwas too condemns unlawful encroachment, shooting incident, and defiance of court process. That's it for the Ghanaian Times.
The Daily Post, Akanda directs managers of teaching hospitals to operate 24-hour OPD and lab services. Government plans 10 billion cedis domestic infrastructure bond to fund roads, boost economic recovery. ICE cleared Ken Ofori-Atta as medically fit before detention. That's according to Ghana's ambassador to the United States, Victor Smith.
So when they visited, that's the information they got. Oh, okay. The Ghanaian publisher, NPP fed up with Frimpong Boateng, initiate move to expel him, and NATO to NPP delegates. Only Ken can deliver 2028 victory.
I can't wait for January 31. Huh?
Yeah, I'm sure there are many people who cannot wait as well. And that's because it's a hurdle that the NPP needs to clear.
Of course.
Once that is cleared, at least we can. When we mention the NPP, we can talk about flag bearer.
Who the flag bearer
is? We see NPP's flag bearer, and then the campaign can start in earnest. Governance analyst flags issues at MIF and major land dispute. Okwelo Soa Dean family denies political backing, and Pandai election case set for ruling on January 28th. That's it for the Ghanaian publisher.
The New Crusading Guide says inside TDC, JADEC deal over Valco land, no one is selling state-owned smelter. DVLA CEO clarifies, I have not signed or cancelled any number plate contracts. They are not saying you have cancelled. They are saying what you are preparing will put them out of jobs.
Yes, because there was a contract that was awarded in 2024. And that contract gave the embossment deal to one firm. And I was at the presser yesterday where he addressed this matter. What the DVLA has done now is to ask VEMAG to go and engage the one that won the contract in 2024 and see.
But what is the guarantee that?
No. Okay, so the option will have been cancelled that contract, which will occasion judgment there because it's a legitimate contract that was awarded, right? And so the only way out is for an engagement, unless government says, okay, to hell what any
That
consequence. Let's cancel the contract, right? But as we speak now, Vermac doesn't even have, because we're going to have chip embedded number plates.
And
Vermac
that,
doesn't have the
also
capacity.
one of the things they are
Exactly.
headed to court over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Vermac doesn't have the capacity to deploy that. So the nuances are quite interesting. Let's see how that plays out.
Adra Safu Foundation donates items to HOPE Ministries orphanage. Citizens question conduct of leadership of Presbyterian Church of Ghana. Passport application reform is meaningless. Okay. That reminds me of a popular statesman.
Daily graphic this morning. Vice President urges private sector support for free sanitary pad initiative. BOG's forest intermediation hits $10 billion in 2025. And Agenda 111 project stall after millions paid. 35 contractors ordered to refund $7.9 million US. And surrogate mother delivers quadruplets. Rare in assisted reproductive technology. And I'm sure the parents will be very excited, right? Probably just wanted one.
And
they have
now
4.
God has blessed them with 4. Yeah. Charlie. Anyway, thank you very much, Ibrahim Alassan. I take a break here. When I return, I told you that every Wednesday is an all-female ensemble. The women are here. We take a bite at national issues. Stay with me. Yeah, welcome back to the show. It's an all-female ensemble for a beautiful Wednesday morning. My ladies have joined me. Elena Madeko is a lecturer with UPSC and special aid to Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. And Awoke Kelly is a member of the NDC Communications team. Good morning, ladies. I haven't seen you this year, so Happy New Year. I saw Ellen last week.
Oh, yeah, okay. Happy New Year to you. I think, I was here last year, not this
yes.
year. Yeah.
So we're in a new year.
Sure. Many happy returns to you. And looking good.
Thank you.
I heard you were writing exams, so I hope you went well.
Yes, it did.
Thank God.
So it means you were checking.
We have to
Thank you.
Oh, yes, I did. So easy.
Thank you. But I hope you're doing well, though.
I am. This morning, not too well. My tummy hurts a bit, but
so sorry.
it's normal.
And then how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good morning.
Campaign?
Yes, we are rounding up. So, yeah, we are on it.
But you are solidifying, galvanizing people, and you are sacking people. Why?
You are sacking who?
You are sacking some of your members. You're trying to galvanize.
Nobody is sacking anybody. The person says we are a fake party and he's no more part of us. So the party is just making it official.
Okay. We'll talk about that. But let's talk about an issue that was raised yesterday from morning. I saw best a piece of it on social media. Then later I saw some statements from NACA on the issue of gender identity, sexual orientation, and I'm wondering where as a country we decided that we need to teach our children in school gender identity, sexual orientation, because sexual or gender identity has always been assigned at birth. I have a weighing card, I have a birth certificate, and the day I was born, it was written on my weighing card that I am a female. I am wondering where we are looking at who is what at what point. Ellen.
I wish we could put the NACA response up there so that
kindly,
can just
and Melissa, kindly put up
Should I
there.
send it to you?
Yes, you can.
Okay, but we have it as well.
Honestly, I haven't heard or read.
Okay,
what
we
they are
have
saying.
it. So,
And what exactly are they saying?
well, they say the final work, the final manual, did not have that input, that text.
So where's evidence of the final manual?
Easy, I sent it to you.
So they say
final manual.
it's out there with the teachers, and GS can confirm that that text was expunged. But I am wondering at what point anybody thought it wise to include that text.
Good morning to our viewers
Good
once
morning.
again. And this whole LGBTQWX brouhaha, I'll go back to where I have always stood. What you decide to do in the privacy of your bedroom is none of my business. I do not care. People have been doing all manner of things in their own houses and privacies for eons. It is not our duty to care. But the day you decide that whatever you're doing indoors, you are bringing it to your own front gate, your own front gate, it becomes a public matter, and it becomes my matter.
Sure.
You can decide that you want to marry a woman as a woman, you want to marry a man as a man, or you want to do whatever you want to do. That's no problem. But under no circumstance should it appear in any book or in any training manual that is related to my child. And that is where the problem is. How did it even appear in the preliminary text? This shouldn't have been captured anywhere for it to be expunged later. It shouldn't have come in. Honestly, I just think that we need to be very, very careful about what we do. We can speak about all this, we can make noise about it, but immediately it goes into print and it is written, it becomes an issue. It becomes an issue. I honestly do not want to politicize this, because if we're going to go the political way, we're going to mess this whole thing up. Because of what the NDC did when they were in opposition. Now that it seems, they said it is not in the text, okay. But now that it seems that some people are trying to smuggle it in. And And that's the sad thing about this whole, it's just like we haven't really noticed how this whole LGBT agenda works. At first, it was a taboo subject.
Yeah.
Earlier on in our lives, when we were growing up, you dare not mention it. It doesn't even come into the public space. Then they started pushing the agenda. Then it became a huge topic we all discussed. And now it's like the public is a bit, we don't care about it again. We've made enough noise about it. And that is the time that because our guard is down and we all don't care about it, they are gradually trying to sneak it in. Because if this gets into a manual for training, what do you mean by gender identity? So tomorrow my son, one of my sons can get up and say, Mommy, I'm no more a boy, I'm a girl. And I want to now start wearing your shoes and start doing makeup and start doing, seriously. And it's being taught, or they tried to sneak it in that it's okay. I read the text. And it was trying to explain what a gender identity is. Do you have to tell us what a gender? As we sit here, we don't know what we are. The three of us, we don't know our gender. We don't know. The males here, they don't know that they are males. Honestly, NACA says that they didn't put it in. I am hoping that is the truth. We hope GS would confirm to us. And let's make sure that it does not get in. And keep the guards up. How it's even managed to get into the as I said, the preliminary ones, I'm surprised. Why? How? It looks like these people are really set on this agenda to push it down our throats. And we have to be up and doing. Whilst we are talking about NACA, the parents who are watching me, I hope you are also taking a very good look at the cartoons your children are watching, at the sort of things that your children are watching online, on TikTok, on a lot of these young people, in fact, children, are on TikTok. We don't know what is appearing on the FYPs. We have no idea. Some of us don't check anything with our children. There are no parental controls on our children's devices. They can play these games and are on these things for hours on end. And because you are not controlling it, you have no idea. They have a very subtle way of getting to our children. You'll be shocked. So as parents, we should also be very careful whilst we are on the government's matter, that they should make sure that it doesn't appear in print in our training manuals. At home too, we should be careful because you'll be shocked at the sort of things these children talk about. I was quite surprised when my children came to ask me, you know they are boys, and they were, the bigger one was like, Mommy, tell Kwejo to stop behaving like a girl. And I was like, why? Why is he behaving like a girl? Oh, there's this boy in their class. He behaves like a girl, he's Kwejo's friend. So I had to quickly step in, go look for the boy that is supposed to be in his class that he's friends with. And the boy has this, some boys have the feminist looks.
You can't take it
and because they are friends, there was nothing wrong with it, what they were doing. But for the older one to come tell me that, Mommy, I think you should look at it, means he said some of his friends also mentioned it. And at that age, they are getting to know that this is not too right. So we should be very, 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 very. You might be shocked that even at the younger age, and this is even the book, a manual for public schools. Who is checking what the private schools are also doing?
Very critical question.
Who is checking? Because I know there are some private schools in this country that teach these things to their children. Parents don't check. We don't even know what is in the curriculum.
We have a breeding catastrophe on our hands.
We don't know. So most of us will be shocked when our children start showing certain things and you wonder where they picked it from. If your child, at least with the public schools, it can be checked. That's why we are talking about this. But those of us who are paying so much to get our children into these private schools, we should check what it is that they are teaching our children. Check. The private schools, I know GAS has a part that deals with private schools. We should also be on their case. Because some of these private schools are doing things that will shock you. It is very easy to open a school in Ghana.
Okay.
So if I am of a certain orientation. I can open a bougie school and very subtly introducing things to children. You might think it's a normal, some of them even put Christian, they put, Islamic, they put, that sort of thing on it. But when you get into the nitty-gritties, a friend of mine had to take her children out of a school because she was shocked at the things they were teaching them. I can identify as that's nonsense going on in the US, where a child will get up and say, I'm identifying as a goat. And the teacher has to treat that child like a goat. Some of it is entering our system, and we should look at it. Some of the children will tell you, I identify as a girl when he's a boy. Why did he even hear that wording for? Identify as. We are always on the public schools, which is good. But the private schools, they are a lot, and we are not checking anything with them.
Oh.
For this issue to even come up, and I want to pick it from a different point, but I still want to come back to us as parents. Like, I'm my son's friend. My son look more handsome than me. Beautiful, I will always put it.
So he's a beautiful boy.
Yes, he has backs. My second boy. He has backs. And take tall. You love him. So you see, when growing up, everybody will see him and say, this is my husband. So because I have that spiritual knowledge of certain things, I'll quickly deband it and refuse it in a way. So he went to a boys' school too. But I was worried. But fortunately for me, his senior brother was there.
Okay.
So I felt that he has some
level of control.
Yes, and like protection. And I made sure that they were in the same house. They gave him a different house, but I had to go back, talk to the assistant headmaster that I want them in the same house. Because honestly, my boy growing up, I had been worried, a boy with bags, that's much beautiful. And people would say, I remember once I said, hey, Nakolaben and who facing him, and that is kind of worry. But one thing I did was to sit them down, let them know the wrong from the right. That these things, it's true. So I remember one of the days they came, they are done with school, they are done with service. And I was like, things are happening on campus. I hope you guys are not, mommy, this bad thing too. Why do you want to bring it? And sometimes when they are bad thing, I just open door, I want to enter. It's not like I want to do that, but I just want them to know that my eyes are on them. I want to see if what you have taught them, they are still going with it, living with it and all that. We know that at a point, when children are out of the house, they live a different life. And when they are back, they will want to pick it up. We've all been there before. We've been to school, and you sometimes want to pick small habits when you are not home, because when everybody is not looking at us. So we add prayers to it and hope that we are doing our bit and God will finish it for us. But when we want to really sometimes bring this thing down to politics, it's kind of worrying. And you see, when this thing came out, the kind of title that it was given, NDC mischievously. They say what? NDC mischievously and deliberately smuggled LGBTQ plus agenda into Ghana's schools. Oh, but sometimes, and I know that this...
You don't think the author of that statement has a point in the sense that the person who superintends NACA was appointed by this current administration?
Yes. But you see, that particular thing was not written in this current administration. Not last year. It was done between 2023 and 2024. So how does this current appointee even comes in? So sometimes it doesn't help us as a people. You were deputy minister for education then. And that was the time this thing was done. So did the government have a hand in it? That's the question you should be asking yourself. But if you want to play politics with everything, especially with the lives of our children, for me it's worrying. If it happened, like my sister wanted to say, that must we there was an issue, and I was like, you people did it, so we also have to do it. I said, at which point are we going to stop that? At which point are we going to toy with the lives of our children growing up? So that's what? Because as soon as you start hearing something, you want to know what that thing is about. Because these children, most of them might not know. It was my daughter who told me that some of the cartoons have this thing. So, fortunately for me, my last one will be 22 years February. So at least I don't have those little ones with me for now. But I have nieces and I have nephews. Now I have a grandson. Would I want any of them to go through that? No. But when my daughter told me that there are cartoons that have this sexual whatever, she has they have a name for it. And I said, what? So she went looking for one, and I said, aha. So some of these things, like Amma said, parents, we should really, really be worried about it. Because now we have phones for our children. When you speak about, they will tell you they are using it to do their homework. They have to do research and things. After the research or homework, can't you take it from them? But we have children who have phones. And they come to church and they are on phone, whilst the Sunday school teacher is teaching. And you, Sunday school teacher, you can't go beat somebody's child in church. Or sometimes parents are even not happy when an outsider even wants to rebuke their children or their wards. They feel that you don't have the right to do that. Growing up, when you give birth, when you are carrying a pregnancy, you carry it alone. But as soon as you give birth, all of us were brought up by others. I remember there was a man next door. We used to call him Dada. And he can discipline us. Sometimes when I misbehave, when I'm coming home, I have to be sure that he's not sitting by his gate or he's not outside the gate. Because he will discipline you whether your parents are there or not. Yes, but now we don't have it. Yeah. We don't want people telling our children they did wrong. Or we don't want our neighbors to even know what is happening in our house. And now because of that, the children have some straitjacket. As soon as they do something and you rebuke them, you become their enemy. They see you as kids as they are, as little as they are. They see you as their classmates and they want to kind of show you attitude. And so because of that, some of us are also taking the backstage. I see you going wrong and I do this and I watch you. Go fall into it. If it's fire, fall into when you get bent. I'm sure you come back. But sometimes we are not even sure what will come back to us. What if they are friends with your children? Because there was an issue we have to sit in, because my husband is a chief, some issues come to the house. And there was an issue that came that they said that they don't want their children playing with some neighbors' children. Why? Because they have the perception that the woman is a lesbian. And the area, it was a rumor and all that. But the woman also felt that they shouldn't say those things. And unfortunately, one of the kids, because the mother told her, don't go close to these people because this is what she went telling the girl, my mother says that your mother is a lesbian. And this brought a whole lot of issues. And these things, the people are living with us. Sometimes we should also show concern. Because some people picked it up as little as they were. People started doing those things with them when they didn't know anything. And they grew up and they didn't have control over it. So they felt that it was normal. I remember a friend was complaining that I visited a friend when we were out of school. And the mother wanted to do that with me. The mother of the friend or a schoolmate. And I said, then don't go to that house again. But she was getting goodies from that house, so she also wants to be going to that place. But as politicians as we are, and we know how this thing is bad, we shouldn't even go that target again. We have said this.
I think the public cannot hear you. We seem to be having a challenge with your microphone. So let me take a break, then they'll fix it. I'll be back shortly.
Okay.
Yeah, welcome back to the show. This is still Juice today here on GHOne TV. I am Lily Mohammed. We're discussing the gender identity text, sexual orientation text found in the manual for teachers by NACA. NACA says it's been expunged, but where do we go from here? You're on the floor.
Yes, so I don't know at which point.
Getting to the latter part, we
Okay.
lost.
Okay, so for me, I just want people to know that government does not have a hand in writing of this curriculums. And it wasn't written in 2025. This thing was done between 2023 and 2024. So this current government has nothing to really do with it. But from what they have put out there, I don't think there was anything implicating or there was anything to show that this thing was being sneaked into this thing for the children to learn, or there was any plan of such. But we just want our development partners to know that we have our own ways of doing things. As Ghanaians, these things are taboos. People might hide to do it.
No.
If it's something that is good, I don't think people will want to hide. We have polygamy, and people are proud to say they have 3 wives, 4 wives, 1, 2. So if they feel that those things are part of their lives, it's not for us as Ghanaians. And so they should also understand where we are coming from. Aside our sovereignties, we have our things we want to abide with. We want our children to grow in our style, in our life. That's why for me, I've always said that. My second, but the one I'm speaking about, I didn't have him here. But I never wanted him to also stay outside to grow up. Because looking at him, like I said, I don't know, because sometimes it might not be the person's even intention, but certain lifestyles crops up. Yeah, I know of someone who was raped as a boy. He was raped continually by his uncle and his boys, 2 boys. So 3 men were raping him, and he grew up, so he felt it was a normal thing, and he decided not to have the women thing. And so such a person, that's not how he was created. That's not how he would have grew up if not for these evil people he met in his life. So we should find a way of also of protecting our children if we can.
Especially our boys.
Our boys.
You know, I always say that we're always speaking for the girl child. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
But then who speak for my son?
I always do. For me, seriously. For my girl, the only thing I fear is pregnancy. But for me now, pregnancy is even common anywhere and everywhere. And we were speaking about a lot of young ladies. And my son was telling me, all his age mates, he's 25 years. My first boy, 25 years. All his mates, it's only one person who is married. And I was like, even the ladies. And I was like, what's the problem? I said, they are not interested in that. So I was like, be interested. Don't wait, and when you are on pension, then you are now paying fees. That's why we don't think that those things will affect us. So things are changing. So our international communities, if they are trying every way possible to sneak in this, we are on our guard. We won't allow it to happen. Even as a government, as a people, the churches, the mosques, and these traditional people should also be seen to be speaking. I realized that those times we spoke, they spoke about it a lot. This is another time. We don't know how this thing happened, but the proof we have is it's really not true. So we pray that it stays this way and nothing. Like Amma said, the private schools, I know they have supervision from GES, because you can't just set up school and just decide to do anything because that's your private school and you have your money, you decide to do that. To an extent, but they should go all out. Because those are the children from that school. We all find our schools now, the SHS is now for everyone, not private, not public. So the private school...
There are few private ones, though.
Yes, very few. How many of them even go there? Those from the private schools. After paying big money, instead of going to the private, they also come and struggle to go into the public schools with our children. There's SHS. And whatever they pick from there, they are going to take it into, and those are the places we get, those, the boys' schools and the girls' schools.
So
we see most of these things happen. And we feel, especially at the girls' school, they feel that those things are normal. For the girls, it's really nothing. But it's something, because it affects the person's psychology. The person grows up with a different kind of emotions and psychology. And if it affects them growing up, even into marriage, having children and all that. And the boys school, because of the negative impact, having to just take somebody from the back, it's so terrifying. Sometimes when I even think about it, I have goose pimples. Because you can imagine, when you are even constipating, they should forgive my language this morning. I just want people to know how nasty it is to even then it's another boy, just like himself. Look at they are grown. But I have one gospel musician. I've forgotten the name. I used to follow him a lot. What is this? His one song I used to love. I have pledged allegiance to the Lord.
Okay.
He pledged allegiance to the
Lamb. Yeah.
That's not. He's now a gay.
He is.
He's now a gay. So growing up is even not everything. So we just plead that our partners should really also stick to their beliefs, their customs, their traditions, whatever makes them who they are, which we want to stick to us. If they want us to embrace, then we also have certain things we would love them to also embrace, so that we see if it's palatable. If they want it, we are free to marry as many as we were, except the women. But for them, even cheating on your wife brings a whole lot of issues. Here it is normal for us. The women, we are even trained not to even talk about it. It's now that we are even speaking on those issues. So we beg them, if they want to help us, they should help us with clean hearts. If not, they should stay in their lane. Let us also stay in our lane. We will not accept it. It's as simple as that. We want to thank them for understanding us.
Ellen, do you have anything to add? Or we
I
can
said,
go ahead and talk about it.
I'm not going to go into this politics of the LGBTQ matter. It will come on later. Because the NDC government has a lot to answer and a lot to do in relation to this because of what they've done in the past. For now, I would want to bring our attention to the fact that whilst the politics is going on, we as a people and as a nation must be careful, because on the quiet, it is slipping in. We have to be on our guard, especially in our private schools. I am very particular about that, and I'm pleading. I'm asking the GES, those who supervise the private schools and their curriculum, to go and check, because these things are quietly seeping in. As for the politics, we'll do it very soon. We still have time, and we are in the second year. We started the second year of the NDC government. His Excellency the President said the bill will go on, and when it comes, he will sign it. He did say that the bill never got to His Excellency Nanado. It ended with the 8th Parliament. So we are waiting for what he will do. He still has 3 years. Maybe he will sign it when he's about to leave. Let's see. The politics will do it. But for the sake of our children, let's make sure that this doesn't go through. It should not even appear in the text for it to be expunged at all.
Okay, let's talk about a situation that is gradually becoming an epidemic on our hands, the water crisis, to the extent that some health facilities, CHIPS compounds, a few clinics in those areas are resorting to sachet water. Quite disturbing. That's the Teshi, the parts of Spintex, parts of the Lashibi areas, parts of Nungwa. They are battling a water challenge. Ghana Water Company says, well, they have contractual issues with regards to the desalination plant, so it had to be shut down. And it's been more than 3 months, almost 5 months. People are still dealing with a shortage of no water at all. They have to resort to buying from these tankers. I know there's a national security water tanker that goes around, but it barely suffices. It doesn't do anything for these residents. How will you ended? Let me start with you. Oh, she ended, but let me start with you.
Okay. I this morning I spoke with someone, a board member of Ghana Water.
Okay.
And he told me, he's even sent me a message right now that it's a technical issue. You know, that thing is much more technical, because they had to get seawater into drinking water, or usable, if I should put it that way, into houses and communities. I think this thing was commissioned 2015, and it's supplied to Teshi, Nungwa, I think Spintex and those environs. It's really helped. So for me, all I can say is I think if it's October, like the people are saying, then it's long overdue. I don't know what goes into trying to have a routine maintenance and all that. I've always said, and I'll keep saying, that we have issues with maintenance culture in this country. We always will wait when the thing is now out. It's now bad. Then we'll have to come back and tell Ghanaians or the people that we want to have a maintenance. So can't we at a point maybe shut part of it, have a maintenance go on, then open at a point and all that? So we are pleading. This shouldn't be only Ghana Water. Even our electricity, all those essential services that we are enjoying as a people. We don't have to always wait for the things to go bad. When people are now struggling, start shouting before we will have to come back and have maintenance. I don't know why since last year they've not been able to do it. But according to him, over the years, they've really not gone through any major maintenance. So that's what called for this delay. So they are working on it, and they are hoping that soon it will happen. They will start supplying water to the houses. So that's why they are asking the security services to help with the tankers around. And now they want to be with it, because they have seen that, like you said, it's not enough, the water that they bring around. Because, a lot of houses, a lot of families, we need more water and all that. So the best is to make sure that every day, more gallons, more tankers, more whatever it has to take for the people to get water, so that they can also be able to survive. Because we need it to survive. Water is life, like we always say. You need it for washing, to cook, to drink, everything. So because
chips compounds in the area,
yes,
not washing their bedspreads, the toilets are not in use, and improper sanitary conditions in there. So I am ill. I go to a health facility for treatment, and I come back with more problems.
Yes, for now it's unfortunate. There is nothing really, as I sit here, I can really say to make it right. So we are asking that maybe those hospitals, the cheap comfort, those facilities, hotels, even every household needs it, because even in your house you can get diseases and sicknesses if you are not careful because of sanitation and all those issues. So we are pleading they should make sure that hospitals have more water. The clinics, they don't have to go and buy pure water to treat people with. Seriously, that one I don't think is the best to do. So if they are doing more, they should do much better, so that the people don't have any cause to feel it so much that they have to complain. Honestly, like you said, you don't have to take a sickness to hospital and have to bring another one home. I hardly would want to use public facilities when it comes to sanitation, because I'm not too sure. Yesterday I went somewhere and I was so pressed. I went to the washroom and there was water even in the tank. I thought the water was not flowing, so I tried the one with the sink, and there was water. So I had to now flush it before using it. And I'm like, so why would people even want to do that? So it's also a kind of culture that we have to also learn. People will go, there is water, but because there is not even water in the tank, they will not even want to fetch water to clean the place, to make sure that the next person will also have a clean place to use. We should also learn to help the society as a people. But I'm pleading with those supplying the water. They should make sure that these public places have enough, and they don't have to call every day. So this thing is sorted out. And the Ghana Water, we are asking them, our man, is it Marty or so?
Stanley Marty.
We are begging them. They should.
Interestingly, he lives in that enclave.
Oh, okay. So he's been affected. So he understands the plight of the people. So that whatever they are doing, I can't say I'm not a technical person to those things, but they should hurry with it. If parts can be done, sometimes a turbine can pump water and another one they will have to come. They should try and do something for the people, because water, when you don't have it, at a point when there's no water, my constituents, we nearly lynched our MP at a point. Some years back. So it's not a palatable thing. They should help the people.
Alan.
I live in that enclave. So for me, we've been struggling with water issues for the past 6 months.
Wow.
And I've lived there for the past 5 years, between there and Kaswa. And we have never had that issue. Water had always been consistent. If you had an issue, then it is your own local or private matter. So I've been wondering what's been happening. We've been rationing water. The past 5 days, it was early this morning that the taps flowed. And the taps started flowing around 1 a.m. And by 6 a.m., it was off. Now, between that time when everybody is asleep, what time are you going to even notice it to harvest some if you don't have a system already going where your water is automatically pumped into your tank? So it's been a lot of stress for mothers and for households in that area. But there are a few questions I want to ask. Is the issue a technical, a maintenance issue, or is it a contractual issue? You just mentioned it's a contract.
Yes, I heard Stanley Marty say categorically that it's a contractual issue. They're still on the table.
Meaning the plant is okay. Because they haven't said, I haven't heard them say that there's something wrong or there's something. So what at all is in the contract that has to necessitate them closing it down? If the plant can work, why can't you still be giving us the water? Because we still pay our water bills.
Anyways.
Whilst you sort out the contract matter. Because if the contract, the matter is even going to go to court, or they're going to have an issue, they're going to close it down until the contractual matter is sorted out. That's what I'm asking. If it's a technical issue, that's a different thing. That means maybe we need to do maintenance, certain parts have to be brought in, and there's nothing you can do about it. But if it's just a contract, why can't they still be supplying the water? Whilst we pay our water bills, and then you deal with the contract. Why must we suffer? Because there's an issue with the contract. And for those of us who live at certain parts of Spintex, where we pay our water bill on a fixed, they have that one that is fixed. So whether you get water or you don't get water, you pay. My part where I live, we are on a fixed, the whole area. Ours is fixed at I think 250 Ghana cedis a month. Okay. So whether I get water or I don't get water,
your bill
I have to pay the 250 Ghana cedis.
So in the last 6 months, you've been paying water bill?
I pay. It's automatic. That's the contract my landlady had with the area. That's what they have. So when the water was flowing, the disadvantage to the Ghana Water Company or to the plant is that it means somebody can overuse it.
Yes.
But in situations where we are not even getting it, and we are still paying, it's unfair. Honestly, if there's a problem with the contract, they should sort it out. Those of us in that enclave are not too happy about it. It's terrible. And we have to buy water, and because it's the whole enclave, the water now has to come from either Medina or Adenta or beyond. And that is extra cost. So the tanker, I've forgotten the size, that you used to buy at 300 cedis. Now we are buying at 500. And if you have a large family and water is something that you have to use all the time, there's nothing you can do. You cannot say you will not use water. So please, Ghana Water Company, those of us in the Teshi, Spintex, and the parts of Lashibi area, we are not happy with you. I cannot be paying 250 cedis every month, and water flows, when you calculate it, water flows about 4 days in the month. It's unfair. If it's a contractual issue, sort it out. You can give us water whilst you sort the contract out. Let us deal with that. I mean, I don't want to talk about what, and to the extent that hospitals and health facilities are not getting water, that is terrible. That is terrible. Now, if we don't take care, we are going to have a cholera matter in that enclave.
That's true.
Because those who are cooking, those who are running restaurants, what water are they using? Have we asked ourselves those questions? So if you're in that area and you are buying food from the area, you have to be careful. Cases of cholera, diarrhea, we have to look at all that. It is unfair. If it is not a technical problem and it is a contractual problem, they should sort it out. They can't punish us for their contract issues. I'm frustrated about this matter.
No, she would. Honestly.
I mean, if you live in
and you know the sad thing, Kasua too, we are having an issue because the Konyaku water plant has gone down.
Yes.
So for another 4 months, I've been dealing with water issues for my other home with my dad, and that is a headache. Then I'm also dealing with this one. So as for me, every day water problems. For the past 6 months, I've not been a happy woman. And now that it's come up, we have to talk about it. What's up with the Konyaku water plant? We say we won't stop the Galamsey. So Central Region 2, we are in trouble. From Konyaku to Swedro, all the way to parts of Kaswa, water wahala. So if I say I'm frustrated, I'm frustrated. I'm not a happy woman at all. All my 2 homes, I'm in trouble.
Because we use water for everything.
I really do not want to be in your shoes. But like she said, if it's because I'm speaking from what I got from the man on the board of, because I told him that's not the story I have heard.
Well,
I'm also
sorry to cut in. I'm also relaying the information I had from the man who speaks for the Ghana Water Limited.
Okay.
So he says it is a contractual problem.
But if that's the case, then they don't have anything really to shut down the plant.
The plant. Yeah.
No, because whatever it is, let people also have their comfort whilst you sort everything out. You don't need to let citizens suffer. And like Emma's area, the contract they have with you guys, they pay regardless. And I don't think it's fair. They should refund their monies to them. Because they've not had water.
But you see, it's a contract.
But unfortunately, when they also overuse, they don't pay back. So. But on a serious note, I don't think
have a problem with paying. I cannot say that we have a problem. We've done it for the past 5 years. I know. We just started. I think when I moved in, we were paying about 100 cedis. Then it's moved on.
Okay.
So there's not a problem about the money. In fact, they can even decide that for maybe they need money, they can even increase it, we'll pay. Because when you look at the cumulative effect of what we pay for tankers, if Ghana Water will do their things well, we might as well pay it to them and get the water. But for me, the fact that I am paying and I'm not getting the water, I'm just frustrated.
Yes, Ghana Water has tankers. So there isn't
it's not enough.
That is why they are supplementing with national security and other allied agencies.
I buy it myself.
So they should make sure they are also doing, because that will be cheaper. For now that they've not been able to resolve this issue. I don't think, if it's not a technical thing like the board member told me, then they don't have a case to shut this plant down. I don't think it's fair, and it's not the right thing to do at this time. So they should give the people water if it's not a technical thing. For technical, then I will know that we don't have any option than to make sure it is fixed. But if that's not the case, they should just give the people water.
I mean, they've had technical challenges in the past and they've been fixed. We've seen years, 20 years.
But you are not in that enclave?
No, I don't.
Okay,
I don't live in that enclave. Yeah.
That issue.
I used to live in that, so I'm living with that. I used to suffer getting water once a month.
Yeah. Which part of Nigeria?
I used to live around Fizzles.
Fizzles.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Kofoto. Yes.
Area.
Yes. So if you live in Dansoman, you know that this is... But you see...
where I grew up and where I am now, we don't have that issue. But at a point, for I think a year, we almost started having that issue when the water will come once a week. And for me, it wasn't so. So I got agitated and we have to go on a small demonstration against those people and the MP. They brought a tank. But where even the tank is, I can't carry water. I didn't grow up carrying water. How can I take bucket or gallon or whatever it is? So we had to find a way till they now fixed it. They closed the tap 2 days in a week. Then the rest of the days we get water. But since we came to power too, we hadn't gotten that issue again. It's flowing every day. And so I wouldn't want any mother or any household, especially the public place, the hospitals, at least. So if this one is not a technical thing, then we are begging them. They should do the right thing.
Okay. Now let's touch briefly on the Professor Frimpong Boateng saga. The NPP has initiated moves to expel him. I engaged Richard Ahiangba yesterday, and he mentioned that he will be hauled before the disciplinary committee. He will be heard. He will be giving a fair hearing because he's made some very damning allegations, and he needs to come and substantiate them. Ellen.
I don't want to bring my frustration of water to the frustration I am having. I'm having with some of our party leaders, and I don't want to sound disrespectful, and I don't want to seem as if I'm attacking party leaders. But sometimes, when a group has been so beneficial to you, you know when and how to address issues. Professor Frimpong Boateng cannot tell me that when he picks the phone to call the general secretary, to call the, what do we call it? The
vice chair.
The vice chair, because our chairman is not well. Call the vice chair. Or call any other person in the NPP, the person will not mind him. So what was the benefit? We are 17 days away from a presidential primary. We're going to choose the next leader for our party. And then you decide to come in. Nobody has said anything to you. Nobody has called you. I haven't heard anybody insulting him. None of the candidates have gone on his matter. The party has not done anything to you. Then you just decide to come and sit down, have an interview, and run the whole party down. A party that you have benefited from, a party that it had given you an opportunity to become a minister, a party that you even stood at a point in time
to become a president.
Yeah. So what at all is it? And this is not his first time. When he had issues in the last administration, he went all over. You were given a responsibility. There was a problem with it. You could not address it within the government. You had to do it. You did your part. We are now in opposition. We are rebuilding. And you not allow us to build. You know, I don't want to be disrespectful, but Professor Frimpong Boateng and people like him in the NPP have served their time. They are done. It is better he sits back like the elder he is, and then mentor some of us, mentor the party, make sure that if he truly loves the NPP, make sure that we bring it, because every party needs its elders. But if you decided to come public, and then you go all out and tell us that the current generation of NPP, we are fake people, it's okay now, leave us alone. So we're just making it official. You said we are fake, you are no more part of us. Prof, we here. It is okay. The fake party says we don't want you here. Again, bye-bye. And whether they'll give him an opportunity to come and explain himself, that's up to him and the neck and the party executives. For me, as a party member...
He says he will not, and I had him on, categorically on Ekosi saying, I am saying this so that I am not misquoted. I had him on Ekosi saying that he will not honor any invitation by neck.
Okay, if he doesn't honor his neck too will take his decision. I will say bye-bye to him. It is not by force to join a party, to join a fake party, in your estimation. We are fake, we understand, in your estimation. Bye-bye. We are not good. Leave us alone to that one to Yungo. What sort of Konongo Kaya behavior is that? We beg him. As I said, I do not want to be disrespectful in any way. I have a lot of respect for our party elders. But please, what he's doing, and he's agitating some of the young people who feel that people like him did not help the cause of the last government, and they are not helping the cause of the NPP. He could have kept quiet. But if he decides to talk, the party has every right to also respond. And as the General Secretary said, he'll be hauled to the neck. If he decides not to appear, that is up to him. You've been given the opportunity to come and state your case. He says you don't like, don't just give him the official dismissal letter, and he goes to sit somewhere. He can also start his own political party. It's up to him. But you cannot stay with us and be destroying us from inside when nothing. In the past 1 year, who has said anything about him? Have you heard anywhere? The 5 people who are, is it 4 or 5? The 5 people who are going for this presidential primaries. Has any one of them mentioned his name?
No.
So what is this? Is it a push for prominence, a push for attention? He wants attention. He's bored, so he wants attention. We'll give him the attention. The attention is that leave us alone. You have benefited from the MPP. The MPP has done you so well. It is not fair for you to do this to the MPP at this time.
The issue of cracking the whip, is it long overdue? Because we've had some persons within the NPP who have denigrated the party, who've said unprintable things about the party. And ironically, some of them are contesting to lead the party.
That's also another matter I have with the party executives.
Hierarchy.
And that is why every 4 years we go for elections. And they will, from March, we'll start doing our polling stations elections. By July, we'll be doing our national elections. They would have to account for their time as party leaders to the party people. And these questions will be addressed to them. How come certain people say things? And I'm not saying that what Professor Frimpong Boateng has said is good. I'm not happy with it. But there are other people to who in this party have said terrible, terrible things. He didn't say anything to them. He didn't say anything to them. So they'll have to account to the party people, those of them who want to come back for re-election. They'll have to answer those questions. And when they get there, they will ask them those questions. The MPP is a tradition that has stayed for over 30, 40 years. It will not take this group to disintegrate us. We will not do that. So they will answer to the party. As for how they decide which one to see and which one to see is up to them. As I said, I am already frustrated with water. And I'm already being frustrated as a party member by some of our leaders and our elders who should know better. How the national executive decide to deal with this matter and other matters, they would account for it to the party delegates. And they are seeing everything. They have seen it. By the 31st, when by God's grace we pick our leader, and that leader is going to be Dr. Bawumia, I believe a lot of things would have to be put in place. And it has to be streamlined, because this sort of behavior, I just don't get it. People who have benefited immensely from this party for years, all of a sudden something didn't go well with you, so the whole party should collapse. It is not you, so the whole party should collapse. The young people in the MPP will not allow that to happen. By 31st, we were going to properly get all of them to behave themselves. If you are an elder in a party and you are home and you don't want to behave yourself, your children will force you to behave.
Ellen, I know this is an internal matter, but I'll let you have a quick bite at it and then we can wrap up.
You know, I wanted to ask, Amma, have they, when people were saying things, did they hear it? But at least she's answered it.
I'm not a party executive now.
No, but you see, because you are also commenting on it as a communicator, because a whole lot of things have gone on in that party before. The party elders and executives have been called names. They've been called Nkwasiafo, Ejimifo, and
please,
all that.
It's early.
They should forgive me. Viewers, please forgive me. I just want. But we heard nothing. Nobody said anything. So what did Professor say differently? That was my worry when they said they were going to. And we even have those people even going to these primaries. They want to be presidents of this country. They want to be flag bearers of your party. You guys never saw anything wrong with it. You never said anything to them. So is it about being ostriches when some others are doing it and sometimes picking cherries, Abby? No, that shouldn't be the issue. So if you have principles, you live with it. And you make sure that you follow it through and through. It doesn't matter who at any point in time says what and does what. Me, one thing I've never liked about groups is indiscipline. Because any group that is indisciplined will never go far. Seriously. And it doesn't matter which kind of group it is. Associations, whatever, church and all that. As soon as indiscipline creeps in. My mother has always said I should have been a military man. Because honestly, I love discipline. It's not like I'm perfect or I'm good. But the thing is, if you are in an indisciplined society, you find yourself being also indisciplined. But wherever you are, if things are done properly and with principle, you see yourself towing that line, whether you like it or not. But the MPP, for this time around, I beg to differ. Because people have said worse things. than what this man have said. But you people overlooked it. You people didn't care about it. So all of a sudden, what is the agenda? What are you people really looking for? Or is it that we're just, it's a trap for the man? A whole lot of things have gone on, and it's like, I heard one of their founding members, what's the name? Nyaho.
Togbi Doctor.
He's Togbi, eh?
Yes, he's Togbi.
Been suspended years ago.
Yeah, he was suspended in 2023.
Oh, does he care? Does it look like
But
the
he
man
says he's still
really
a member
cares?
of the NPP. That's kind of
Yes,
interesting. Anyway.
but how long?
That's not a subject for discussion.
No, how long do you even suspend somebody? He said if they want to sack this man, then they must as well sack him. Because, no, but if you are in a society and let's say that if in NDC or in governments, we just expect only the opposition to tell us when we are wrong, then we are not serious. At least we should have people amongst us who can tell you to the face that ABCD is not being done right. This is not what we promised the people of this country. So we can't do this, or we can't go on this tangent. But if we always wait for maybe MPP to come out and say it, then there is something wrong with us. And that is the problem we have as a people. We always, because you are my friend, when you are wrong, I can't tell you to the face that, Lily, you did wrong. Or what you said, you shouldn't have said it. Or this and that. Oh, Lily, you are looking, hey, we are due. Then next time I want to do more. Sure. You think that people are not happy about, some of the people are not happy about what Professor Frimpong Boateng said. They are. There are people who said, yes, it's high time the executives were told to the face what they were doing wrong. I've heard people also applaud him for what he has done. So for you to sit there, if somebody did it last year and it was right, this year it can't be wrong. So they should spare us all this. We wish them well, because they are the biggest opposition party we have, and it has been the NDC and the MPP. We wouldn't wish them. It is not a one-party state.
Absolutely.
So they should make sure that they do their things right. If you had done it last year or the other time, this time would have been easier for you to do. But because you decided to overlook it because someone was bigger than another, you don't expect me to answer to that call.
Okay, thank you very much. That's Awoki Kelly. She is a member of the NDC communications team. Elena Madeko is a lecturer at UBSC and special aide to Dr. Mohammed Baumi. My name is Lily Mohammed. I am back after this week. When I come back, we'll talk about technology. Stay with me.
directly to that hustler's account, and they are instantly paid. In order for them to draw their money out, the money gets processed, it gets settled in their wallet, and then will go to Momo from there. And so you can attach your Momo, you can attach your credit card to the system, and that would allow you to consistently book people, and they're paid right on the spot after you would have booked them for their particular job. You can also future book. You can make a reservation and book future. It doesn't have to be today. It can be next week. It can be when you need it the most. Okay. And so you can make that, the money will be held for that particular job, and then when a person comes and it's completed, the money will be released, and then that person will get paid for the work that they have done for you.
Since we are paying in ahead of what will be done for me, is it a cross-border thing? So can I pay for somebody who's, let's say, in Togo, in Nigeria, I need a service there, can I pay?
So as soon, we haven't rolled out in Nigeria and Togo, but we are in the midst of planning our rollout in Nigeria next. And so as a new city opens, you can find a service provider in that area. Okay. And what happens is that once you join the app, and you get the main membership, it allows you to open up the marketplace for you to look in different countries as a customer. As a service provider, once you are a member, you are allowed to also now move and travel to different places in order to be found. And so we're really trying to disrupt the idea of not being able to work in different locations around the continent. And now that we are moving into a space where the continent is becoming visa-free for Africans, we really need to make a space for people to earn when they arrive in these places. And so I think that is very important. We currently have persons who are working across borders in the Caribbean, where they're providing their services to Caribbean persons. They've been able to go on the website, find them, book them, and then get their services, such as tutor services, professional services. And so the app is not just one type of thing. It's there to ensure that we can support multifaceted persons who are looking to make money right now.
Many say that the gig economy is unsustainable, okay, short term. How are you addressing this?
Well, we're providing freedom. And when you're able to earn and control your own finances, this I find is a lot easier for people to plan in their future. There are going to be some additional programs on the app, such as microinsurance policies that we wish to add once we find the right partners, and additional programs that allows them to save and whatnot. But if you're making money and you can see how the finances are running and you can understand how much money you're making, it provides you with a spreadsheet, so you can say, hey, now I can count, what I'm doing and when I'm doing it. Then it gives you a different perspective. I mean, we're looking at women at the moment who are one of our largest providers on our platform. We do makeup, we do hair, we do all of these things, but yet when we get this cash money, it's never really counted in the bank, and then we don't look like we're actually making the money that we're making when we'll be making big money. But if you had a system that allows you to actually account for every dollar that you make, now you're provided the opportunity to get loans, or you're provided the opportunity to get credit. There's so many other avenues that can be open for these people, so that you have accountability. And so that's why we're here. We're really here to change the dynamic of gig working and making sure that it's a sustainable way in order for you to have freedom for your family, for you to be able to make money, and for you to be able to grow your business.
You launched in July last year in Ghana. Yes. Why Ghana?
I find that, well, when we looked at locations, I'm from the Bahamas originally, and I had found when I did my ancestry that I had ancestry in Ghana. Our countries are very similar, and so I said, where is it that I can find a large demographic, but it is almost like a microcosm of the diaspora? And I find that to be in Ghana. And so when I came here, I realized that this would be the perfect location to grow something that would be unique and it can spread across the continent. So I launched here, and lo and behold, once we launched, within 2 weeks we had our first booking, which was very surprising to me because, you don't expect something to go off like this. But because we have been pushing, we have also been able to double every single month as far as our usership is concerned. And so at the moment, we're almost at 400 plus users on our website and counting. And so we're looking to really get to a very high number so that we can provide multiple people in different jurisdictions. And we've been able to also open up in Hope as well in Volta. So now we are in Accra and we are in Volta. So we're hustling in multiple districts.
So are you looking at replicating it across the 16 units, or you're looking at zoning them into certain areas?
So every single town, every city will have hustlers. We look to move to Kumasi, to Kradi. We want to be in every city in Ghana. But the way the app works is geolocated to where you are. So if there's a hustler in your area, let's say that you are in Aburi, and there's hustlers in Aburi, you're going to see the hustlers in your area. The membership is what allows you to see hustlers outside of your area.
Okay, so when you log on, do you have to key in a specific service you're looking for that will tell you that, okay, for this service, they are hustlers? So we are in the Ridge Enclave, right? So I'm looking for, let's say, a makeup artist.
Yes.
In Ridge, we have 5 makeup artists. Is that how it works?
Yes, so you'll put in the makeup artist and the app will show you wherever you are. If let's say that I'm in East Legon and I said I'm looking for makeup artists, all the East Legon makeup artists will pop up who are near you and available. You see? And so it goes by where you are. Based on that, it tells you who's available in your area to provide you with a particular service. That way, you're not going to find somebody who's in Cantonment and you're in East Legon. You're going to find people who are near you so they can come and do your service for you. It also tells you who's available now, and you're able to look at their calendar and see when they are available. If that person who you want is not available, then you can look and see what days are available and you can book them for that particular time period. The app also, it is meant to have them come to you or you can go to them. So the choice is yours as far as that is concerned, because some people have places where they'd like you to come and other people will come to you. And so it gives you that flexibility so that you're able to say, okay, we are here, we're located here, or I'm here, we're located here.
That's a very good one. What does the future look like for you? What are some of the things? I mean, after launching in July, I'm sure there are certain things you have realized that you may probably need to tweak or add or take out. What's the future like for you?
Well, we're definitely seeing trends in the more in like the carpentry and the home-based services. And I think that we're looking to really expand on those services. Finding a plumber has been one of the highest bookings that we've had. And we've also had a lot of high bookings when it comes to traditional wear, traditional clothing, traditional sandals. We have a sandal maker who is consistently booked for traditional sandals. So we want to market to those of who are looking for those particular spaces so that they know that they can come to us to get those particular services. So we're tweaking the way our marketing is going, but we found that the more that we are in front of you, the more that we are at your fingertip, the easier it is for somebody to connect with us and we are able to get somebody booked. Our goal is really not so much to make money in that sense. Our goal is to make other people money. We just get a small percentage of the booking that is booked and the membership fee. But our goal is to make sure that every one of our service provider is booked multiple times per day, every day, 7 days a week. So every day you want to work, you can.
How has the patronage been like since the launch? Is it more locals patronizing or people from the diaspora who are here?
I think that we've had about 75%, 75-25. We've had diasporas because of my diaspora connections and being able to tell people about it. But we've had a lot of locals also call for certain services. 75% of that was pretty much where we've been gauging our market. And it has been like I said, multifaceted calls. It can be bookings. It can be for waxes. We've had many waxes. We've had makeup artist books. We've had photographers booked. Yeah, so we've had different things. The plumbers are consistently booked. Servicemen, and we've also had some bookings, like I said, for the sandals and whatnot. So it depends, and depends on the time of the year.
Okay.
Right? So during December, it was a lot of makeup photography and things of that nature. People getting ready and chef services. So we're pushing a lot of services in that space. And now that we're moving into spring, we're going to Easter soon. We're looking to really increase on that. We're really looking to double our numbers every month. That's our goal, to double our numbers every month so that we can continue to grow.
Okay. How do people subscribe? How do they reach you?
So you can visit our website, www.hustleapp.io. All of our information is there. Once you go on the website, once the website pops up, you'll see our main commercial. Then you can click on service providers, book a professional service provider. All the service providers are there, and you can reach out to us there, or you can visit us on any social media platform.
Okay, so we have it on the screen.
Yes.
You have our social media. You have Hustle App social media handles on the screen. So they are on Instagram. They are on X. You're on Facebook.
We are on
as well.
Facebook as well. We are
Are you on TikTok?
on TikTok as well.
Okay.
And so you can find us on any one of those platforms. But if you reach us on Facebook, you'll get an information request back, and it will give you the link for our WhatsApp community. So we also have a WhatsApp community where you can join now.
Okay,
and
the
then you
on
get
the screen.
Yes, you can get information from our WhatsApp community, and that way you can stay in the know instantly when things come up. At the moment, we are offering a program where if you refer a person to the platform, you'll be the first to test the app when it comes out. And so join the WhatsApp community, be on with us, and refer somebody to us. We'll star you, and you'll be the first persons to try the application once it's released.
Okay. How soon are you looking at releasing the app?
The app will be released by the beginning of the second quarter of this year. So once we are, so that was March, April 1st.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me. So, because we always want to make sure that we leave something special with we brought you a gift.
Oh, so that I can hustle.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have a water bottle and
Thank
a hustle T-shirt.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Thank you so much.
So
I
thank you so
appreciate
much.
it. You're welcome. So that's Simone Smith-Dean. She's lawyer Smith Bean and Co. She's also the CEO of Hustle App. Their website is on very soon. By March, April, they will launch the app for all of you who want extra cash. It's time for Hustle App. I am back after this. You're welcome back to the show. This is still G Today here on GHOne TV, and I am Lily Mohammed. For those of you who love quality, lend me your ears with pure Ghanaian gold crafted into eternal elegance. From the heart of our soil to the soul of your style, Gold Bold Jewelry weaves heritage artistry with modern luxury. Every piece whispers stories of tradition, beauty, and unmatched excellence. The message under Gold Board Jewelry is pure, locally sourced Ghanaian gold artistry that honors heritage while embracing contemporary luxury. Gold Board Jewelry has timeless pieces designed to elevate every moment. If you want to locate us, we have a lot of showrooms located across the country. For those of you around Kimbu, we have one on the Kimbu Road. It's located at the Diamond House. The number to call them is 0555-810-005, 0555-810-005. In Osue, located on the Oxford Street, the number is 055-6771-438, 055-6771-438. In East Legon, we have a showroom at the Otele Avenue. 055-3163-811 is the number you can reach us on. 055-3163-811. On the Springtex Road, we have a showroom at the Marina Mall. The number is 055-6771-414, 055-6771-414. In Tema, we have a showroom located at Tema Community 11. The number is 055-6771-415, 055-6771-415. In Kumasi, we have two showrooms. We have one at the Ampoma Arcade. The number is 055-6771-416, 055-6771-416. And at the Prempeh International Airport, we equally have a showroom there to purchase your timeless pieces. The number to reach us on is 053-1040-808. Discover the collection that marries heritage with modern luxury. That certainly is Gold Board Jewelry. Now, we've been talking a lot about education since the start of the show. And for those of you who hitherto would hear of informal education, now there's a tweak to it. And to help us understand tweak what the agency does now and how it can help you, the ordinary Ghanaian. My guest this morning is Executive Director for Complementary Education Agency, Daniel Kwesi Ashiama. He's here with Unit Head for Occupational Skills Development for the agency, Gloria Adetutu. Good morning, lady and gentlemen.
Good morning.
How are we doing? Happy New Year, by the way.
Oh, very well. Everything is okay.
We haven't seen you in a while.
Yes, but we've started with 2026 and we'll continue on this tangent. Yes, the year has been so good, last year, and then we've entered a new year.
Sure.
And things are getting better. We just have to consolidate on them. And in consolidation, we must look at all aspects of the economy, especially so the education aspect, where we also have a share to ensure that the adult learners or out-of-school children are given the better or additional or supplement training to continue their education or skills. That is why we are here today to talk to the public.
Your agency, Complementary Education Agency, what do you do primarily?
Thank you very much, and I say good morning to our viewers and to my unit head and to you yourself. A Complementary Education Agency is formally known as non-formal education in Ghana. And in the year 2020, the Parliament of Ghana has passed an act, Act 2020-1055. And this act that has been passed has added, given a mandate to formally the non-formal to be called Complementary Education Agency, to ensure the provision of supplementary or complementary education and other related matters. And under this, we have programs that we run. The first one is the functional literacy that we're known for the past, that mass education or like from Nkrumah time to Rawlings time, non-formal, we call it functional literacy education. Then we've added another one called the occupational skills.
Okay.
These occupational skills looks at after you've been able to handle the adult to be able to read or write small, what skills are they living with? So we're looking at various skills that can help them. You name them. It could be cosmetology, it could be batik, it could be weaving of kente, it could be detergent, just as we are doing, preparation of detergent or manufacturing. It could also go into electricals, it will go into plumbing, it will go into masonry, it will go into leather works. So now, the question is, why are we doing all these things? No, my sister, the population of Ghana is increasing. And if in the years of Kwame Nkrumah, where Ghana's population was around 6 million, he thought of giving the mass education to Ghanaians. Then you ask yourself today that our population is over 30 million. Wouldn't there be a need? There is a need. Sure. Because not everybody who started class 1 continues and finish. Along the line, some of them drop out. So in the year 2020, the statistical department conducted a survey. And the survey, the results were so revealing that 8 million Ghanaians neither have skills, nor will be able to read, nor calculate. So you say that no, out of 30 million plus, 8 million are lagging behind. So there is a need to strengthen this agency to support these people to have a lifelong learning and experience so that they can function proper in the society. So learning to read and write, which right now we are all agreeing at my agency that we even have to change that syllabus. We have to bring a bit of entrepreneurship education, a bit of climate change, what happens to our environment, and then environmental hygiene, adult or adolescent health is also very, very crucial. And digitalization. You realize that many of our brothers and sisters who are doing business, there is a need for them to even show them or teach them how to send Momo or receive Momo, how to look at the figures. If you do international business, you know, some of our sisters and brothers, excuse me to say, they couldn't have a higher education, but they are doing international trade. How do we help them to function proper, to know the exchange rate, where to get it from? All this comes on the digitalized platform. So we have this tax to help those who fall out of normal education process to function proper by providing them with these skills. Then also we have those class 3, class 4, 8 to 16 years who drop out of school because of economic issues, because of conflicts in the areas, or any other thing that hinders their education. Now we need to find them out in the various districts with our people or our staff. We call them learners, so that we have facilitators to train them. If you see that, oh, this person can go back to school, we put or push him back to the mainstream of education. And there are some other ones who completed GHS. That's the remedial, the 4th program that we have, the remedial. The laws of Ghana made it that if you write BEC and you couldn't pass, you have the opportunity to rewrite again. The question is, my brother or my child in that village where we don't have remedial schools, what do? This agency have been mandated to identify such persons, give them that training for remedial, let them sit for the BEC again, and those who pass will continue. Those who couldn't make it, but you've seen the potential in them in learning skills, let them put them into skills learning so that tomorrow they can function proper.
Okay. You mentioned something about occupational development, and since she's a unit, and I'll come to her, but in the last 1 year, how have you been able to measure success in these areas you talk about?
Yes, actually, I took office in the June 2025. And as every appointee, you must understand your environment. So we took stock, or we scouted the whole country. We did regional debates to understand. We moved to some of the districts to understand. So by the close of last year, we programmed with my departmental head, the unit head, to have the first training in one of the regions, and specifically it happened in OT region. And you will be shocked. We have the training, I think today is Wednesday, right? Today was exactly 8 days that we closed the program in KJB.
Okay.
And I had a shock of my life when you see the number of ladies who were ready to come out and learn something for themselves. I said, wow. So it means if we have enough resources, we could do more. So for the first week of 2026, we have kickstarted the training program. And we are looking at what happens there, what we should do again, and how we can move forward to other districts and regions in this country. So for the first week, we have started our work, and we have had one occupational training in KJB for OT region, where we invited mainly women, those who took that, because they trained them in a detergent preparation. That's a liquid soap, the hard cake one, and afterwards the ointment. And they were so happy. The calls are coming. And you know what happens? Fortunately, we took one of the media houses there. Now I'll take your number. We'll be taking you wherever we go.
It is very important.
And the person was saying that, wow, Edie, thank you so much. And then their director, their head, that I've also been seen on TV doing something, and I'll put in more effort to make sure what I've learned, I put it into practice.
So, Gloria, for your unit, why did you target women at this time?
Yeah, we are targeting women because women, in a way, support the house massively. And it will interest you to know that most of the young girls, marginalized, school dropouts, majority of them need this handiwork to support the family. And when you actually look at the statistics, women are at the disadvantaged part, especially the marginalized and then the youth, the girl child. So we took into consideration that this group is what we want to go into. Actually, it's not only for the women. We have other occupations which the men also, or the young guys also fall into that direction. So it's targeting now as the products that women actually utilize. The dishwashing, the balm making, the bar soap making, and with the help of the facilitator who really led us into it, gave them very good skills that without any supervision, they can actually do their production and then do what they want to do. And again, we give them starter packs so that they can start and recycle that money. Unless there's difficulty, they get us to know. But we have our IG officers or the shadow officers who also monitors them as they move along.
Okay. So how are you collaborating with community leaders assisting these programs? Because, okay, you've given them starter packs, but then when you go, then what?
Yeah, so normally when you enter into a community, you need an awareness creation. You go to the community leaders, the assemblyman, the if there's a former DCE there or the present DCE, you collaborate with them, give them the awareness creation of what you want to come to do in their community. So after that, when we finish our work and we go, normally the community now engages with the learners. So at every point in time, our acting directors on the field collaborate with them, and then they see what the learners are doing to push them ahead.
Now, for the other regions, are you replicating, or you're just concentrating on a few regions for now?
No. Like I said earlier, there's a survey that we did throughout the whole region. So we have each region, the specific interests. We don't force it on them. We ask them what they want. So the directors gave us a list as to this region wants this, this region wants this, this region wants this. So we look at the highest. So we started from the OT region, which had a lot of interest in soap making or detergent making, and then we added a few, the local language to say Jara, That is the balm making. We had a hot balm and then the relaxer. The facilitator took us that. So from OT, we'll move on to the Volta region and we'll look at their spec, what they really want, and then we go in that. So it will go in that sequence. We don't force anything on anybody. What the learners requested is what we're going to give them.
Okay. You wanted to say something?
Yeah, and in replicating to other regions, that should be a fact, and that is what is on our table now.
Okay.
Because we have 241 districts now, our representation. And so to me, we can't do it in one district or one region and leave the others. The only bottom line here is the resources that have to come for us to do it well. But as we started earlier on, we are contacting corporate Ghana. Specifically so, we are talking with the Ghana, this agency, Ghana Enterprise Agency, and they are ready to collaborate with us. They engage now Africa. They are ready to collaborate with us, and we'll be going to other agencies that could help. Right now, what we have done, it is from GHOne, Government of Ghana. You know, our resources are always limited. But what we put, and I thank my unit head and their department, what we are saying right now is that we must use the little that we have to let people know what we can do. And by so doing, we are very sure, we have the hope that more resources will come. So what we've been giving as a budgetary allocation this year, we'll make sure no matter how small it is, we spread it all along for Ghanaians to see the people we have and what we are capable of doing. Along that line, we are also looking at certification of these people, because you don't just train them tomorrow, say, have you had any training? They say no. So by law, we are to collaborate with CTVET.
Okay.
So that after this training, we push them for them to have their final training and certification, or testing and certification. That can take them anywhere in the world, because I've had that experience. Many Ghanaians live today, they only carry their MVTI certificate, which is a very standard certificate to use across the world to get a trade for you to do some. So we are looking on that line from complementary. We also have a certification or certificate to provide. Then from there you go to CTVET. Then you can live your life with your skills to perform or have a meaningful life living among people in the world. So that is what is happening. Right?
For parents who are still very hesitant to introduce their children to complementary education, and even for guardians, what's your word for them?
My word for them is that today you are hesitant. Your child should not learn leather works. You should not learn detergent. You should not learn bakery. You should not learn cosmetology. Tomorrow you die and leave that child. And that child is to live his or her life. So it is good for us to come into that compromise, that you as a parent and we as an agency support that child that is in your locality doing nothing. Encourage them to come. Let us give them training. Because if somebody is going to fashion designing, it also, when you pull the fashion designing, the value chain, you see that you go and land on cotton. The cotton farmer knows that we have a lot of fashion designers. We need cotton to produce fabric. They need those fabric to what? To sew and provide us with dresses. Talk about leather works. Cattle rearing gives you the hide, gets you the leather, you get belts, you get bag, you get shoes from that. These are the things. When you go to the market, what are we buying from China? You go and buy leather shoes, you go and buy the materials, you go and buy other things. These are all skills that they have also learned and took serious. And so that is why we want to add this basic education to it, for you to have that knowledge, move along. When you move with your CTVET certificate, or MVTI as you call it, you can move to technical university when the interest grows in you. So parents, brothers and sisters, let us collaborate and ensure that we don't leave our youth just to be selling other people's products.
Okay.
We must also create some here and sell. Take cookery, for example. When I get to the office right now, the next thing I ask my secretary to do is to go and buy me TZ. TZ is not from China. It's from Ghana. And we must train some people who can prepare it very well, taking care of the environment in which they prepare the food, knowing very well that if where I am selling the food or preparing it is neat, I am providing not only food to the person eating, but good health. And so when we continue with that, then you see that the research agenda we are talking about, we shouldn't only be talking about our economic figures are good. Now you have the money. What do you use the money for? The youth are on the street. We need to provide them with the skills so that they can function proper. Things that we need and everyday things that we live on. The soap, detergent that we are talking. Everybody baths every morning. So if we strengthen the women or the youth who are ready to learn that, we are creating jobs for them so that they can do it. You can be a worker. Could you believe that when we went to KJB, one of the ladies has MPhil? Yes. MPhil student was part of this. So she knows very well that if tomorrow I'm even a teacher, I can do this as a second job. My brother, my sister, it is not a crime to do 2 or 3 jobs. So don't just think about getting office work and that is all. You must add something. The thing that you are going to add should come out of the skills that you can do something and then move on with life. Life is worth living when your accounts are very green.
But how's the future looking like, especially for this year? What are some of the targets that you're chasing for this year?
My target this year, with the 4 mandates that we have, or the programs that we have, we must touch every region, especially so on the skills, and then functional literacy. The functional literacy aspect, as I'm saying, last one we went, after learning the skills finish, we came up with open forum that leads us into teaching them the entrepreneurship. The detergent that you have today, you have to sell it. Don't chop the, excuse me, let me use that language. Don't chop all the money. You know you must buy materials again. The HQ, the headquarters, will also come and support the regions and the district when we also get the support from the donor agencies and then the corporate Ghana. So that monthly or weekly, you have to be producing something to sell. We talk about when you go to some regions, you see that about 5-6 days, there are market centers. Excuse me. These market centers, which is then that you must target them. If it is in Kwanta today, tomorrow it is Jessica, the next day it is Dambai, the next day it is Krachi. By the time you move around, all your products will finish. You come back again and produce. That is how you can create your job. So we want to replicate this by the little budget that we have. And I'm sure Honorable Atu is listening to me. He's doing very well. You get it right. He releases no matter how small it is. Once it comes, then we can plan and make sure that other regions too will benefit from this training. Because resetting Ghana means everybody must work.
Where are we on the LI? I said, I guess it was sitting on the Attorney General's desk.
That is true. The LI issue. Today, I plan to visit the Attorney General's department and to see those handling our issue, because my minister, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, I said, good morning to you. He's ever ready. Once the document is ready, you push it to Parliament to lay it for us, for them to approve it for us. Because if this LI is not approved, in the Act it is said that we are to regulate all the NGOs in this country that undertake educational exercise or activities. Now, in so doing, if the LI is approved, we'll be getting some little revenues from them, the IGF. That could also support us. If we could get the IGF from these local and foreign NGOs to be buying even these materials, to be supporting or supplying the regions, it will help a lot. Or paying the facilitators who will be teaching these children or adults that we are talking about. So the LI issue is very crucial. We've been to Her Excellency, the Vice President, last week, Tuesday, we put the issue on the table, and our migration issue, how the whole agency will be well structured, because it is seen by my personal investigation, it is seen as if in the past, non-formal has become like a political food soldiers employed there. And now I would like to tell Ghanaians that once the act has been passed, let us do the right thing.
Right.
We are going to take that political food soldiers out, or that notion out, and let us understand that the people we are employing there, they are to help Ghanaians. They should not be a political wing for any political parties. We must work hard to ensure that our brothers and sisters function proper in the society. Ghana is for all of us.
Well, finally, before you go, anything you want to tell people out there who want to enroll? So can anybody just walk into your agency and say, I need help with skills training?
Yes, it's open.
Or you will have to identify them?
For now, we are identifying them.
Okay.
Through our regions, the district, and the zones.
Okay.
Through
okay.
our acting directors, the district coordinators, and then all that. But our doors are always open for anybody who wants to come to learn skills. And once again, I believe that it's not everybody who is born to become a white collar job maker.
That's true.
Yes. So some people will really have to go to do the physical work to gain money for the family or to support the whole country in general. When you do your work or you do your detergents, I come and patronize. Beautician, I come and patronize. I'm making money. You're also making money.
Sure.
So we are always there for anybody who wants to, especially the youth. They shouldn't see it as just, I need money. No, you really have to work for the money. And for me, it's not about education. Once you come, you learn the practical. We give you some small education, and then you move on. So our doors are always open for anybody who wants to come and learn.
Okay.
Thank you.
So the Complementary Education Agency says their doors are always open. You can have multiple skills.
If I should just add something little. A Ghanaian went to Nigeria to maybe have a discussion with them, and they start growing rice. And Ghanaians listen to us again. Nigerians are coming to understudy us by next month.
Oh, okay.
The Complementary Education Agency that we have in Ghana, Nigerians have written to us through the British High Commission to come and understudy what we are doing here. And that is why we are calling on everybody. When you get to your door, please try and support us, because I don't want to be here. Our brothers will come and learn it and go and do it big. Then we will continue to say that, like the palm nuts, the Malaysians or cocoa, this country came and learn it from us. We should stop that story. If you've taken the lead, let's us lead proper. That is what I would like to say.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure having you here. That's Gloria Day-Tutu. She's Unit Head Occupational Skills Development for the Complementary Education Agency, and Daniel Kwesi-Ashama. He is the Executive Director for that agency. Now, for those of you who love MTN and have heard of MTN Free After One, now there's an upgrade. There's Free After One Extra. Let me tell you what this is about. With MTN Free After One Extra, you can talk for 1 whole hour uninterrupted while paying for only the first minute of every 10 minutes of talk time, which means for every 10 minutes you talk within the hour, you only pay for the first minute, and you get to talk 60 minutes straight with no interruptions whatsoever. You like what you hear? Well, there's more. You also get 50 megawatts of free data after your first call daily. And so that's the time to subscribe to MTN Free After One Extra. To subscribe, you can just dial *550# *550, follow the prompt. Just know the terms and conditions do apply. Let me do some celebrations now.
Can I bring my stuff?
Oh, we're off. All right, let me do some celebrations this morning. Happy birthday, Zuleha. She's one of the sweetest girls in the newsroom. May you see all the joy. May you see joy all the days of your life. God bless you and enjoy the best of your day. From all of us in the newsroom and the entire network, we appreciate your contribution to this establishment. Keep glowing and keep growing. Glorious birthday to my beautiful admirer, Mrs. Abigail Frimpong of Enyinem Islamic School. We say God bless you and keep you and make you great. May the lines fall for you in pleasant places. In Jesus' name, from your mom, Ma Paulina, Joyce, your husband, Mr. Michael Frimpong, and siblings. They all say they love you so much. Happy birthday, Princess Diana. Your dedication and hard work is truly appreciated. We wish you a fantastic year ahead filled with success and happiness. Happy birthday from all of us, Dr. Kwabena Dufour staff. Happy birthday, AC1 Wari Caleb Osei. Wishing you joy, love, and laughter. We appreciate your selfless service to our mother Ghana. Cheers to another great year from the entire Diamond Wings Band, Air Force Base Burma Camp in Accra. Happy 60th birthday to our beloved Mrs. Susan Aketia-Kwedu. The Aketia-Kwedu family wishes you all the best in all your endeavors, and we wish you the best of health and prosperity as well. She looks chic for a 60-year-old. If you're celebrating your birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're marking any significant milestone, congratulations to you. Just before I go, Mr. Shema wants to greet his staff.
Oh,
quickly.
So I say good morning to my two deputies. Yes, Madam, our deputies, Executive Director Support Service, Patients. I say good morning to you, and Deputy Executive Director Operations, Mr. Boli. All the directors, all staff, I say good morning. Very fantastic colleagues I'm working with.
And a Happy New Year to you all there as well.
To
My name is Lily Mohammed. Have a great day. I'll see you again on Monday.